Hello Biology 230, this is Dr. Griffin with video 3. Yes, this is the final video for Module 12. Thus far we have talked about the process of the transcription, which is a major component of the central dogma. Now during transcription in eukaryotes, there is a good deal of modification that occurs to the RNA after transcription. The first major modification is the addition of this 5' cap, which is a methylated guanine that sits at the 5' end of this primary transcript that has just been transcribed. The purpose of this 5' cap, well, there are several purposes, but the two main ones that you should concern yourself with is that it's important for the export, that is the exit of the mRNA from the nucleus, as well as it protects this single-stranded, very unstable RNA from proteases. The next major modification we've talked about a little bit is this poly-A tail, which again creates an endpoint for transcription. Now, the primary transcript that is formed, or this pre-mRNA that has been formed by the process of transcription, contains what we identify as exons and introns. Introns, you can think of them as being interrupters. That is, you know, people who say a lot but they actually don't say anything at all. That's your intron. Your intron, there's lots of nucleotides, but they don't code for any amino acids. They aren't going to code for any protein, and they have to be removed. Your exons are actually contain the critical codons that will be translated into the amino acids and create the peptides and the proteins that are necessary for the gene function, or gene protein function, if you will. And so one process that is highly critical is the cutting out or the excising of these introns that are the interrupters. I mean, they're not going to tell the message, they're just there taking space, but there are roles that we can talk about in class for the introns, but they're cut out. And the exons, you see here this exon 1, exon 2, and exon 3 shown in the darker red, or spliced together and forms the messenger RNA. So no longer it is a pre-mRNA, but it's in fact mRNA, fully mature, intact mRNA that has the 5' cap that allows it to be released from the nucleus and protects it from degradation, as well as the poly-A tail, and only contains exons because the introns, those interrupters, have been cut out. Now introns are removed by or in the spliceosome. Okay, and the spliceosome consists of proteins called small nuclear ribonucleoproteins, or SNRPs, SNRNPs, as well as small nuclear RNAs. So you'll learn in other courses and a little bit in this course, there are several types of RNAs, the first being the classic mRNA, but there's also smaller RNA species, and one of those is the small nuclear RNAs, or these snRNAs, that work together with the SNRPs in the spliceosome to remove, to cut out, making that big X in the introns, because we want to cut it out, we don't want it there. It's removed in the spliceosome by the SNRPs and the snRNAs. Now I've just kind of covered a lot of ground here, just very quickly to summarize 17.1, 17.2, and 17.3 parts of your textbook, the Camel Biology textbook. And after this video, after reading those sections and doing the requirement activities, you should be able to do the following objectives. The first is you should be able to understand the links and the directionality of information flow between the major steps of the central dogma. 2. Be able to compare the processes of transcription with that of DNA replication. So go back and compare and contrast those two processes. Thirdly, recall and apply the major mechanisms of the stages of DNA transcription. Next, you should be able to explain the significant differences between transcription in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Pay attention to those differences, especially for the modification or lack of modification of RNA, or messenger RNA. Next, you should be able to identify the roles, advantages, and disadvantages of mRNA processing and mRNA modifications. And lastly, understanding the major players and process of intron removal. And with that, we have finished and completed this module 12. If you have any questions or if you cannot do any of these objectives well, emphasis on the word well, then please email me, post questions on the discussion board, come talk to me in class, ask questions in class, come talk to me after class. You can also stop by my office during my office hours or email me to make an appointment. Have a great day, and this is Dr. Griffin signing off on this final video for Module 12.